Hey, True Believers England team here. It is Golden Age Dr. Fate night. We have a couple of people here who have bought some videos, and we will be checking those out for the rest of the month here. Ethereal Dragon bought out season 4, well, the rest of the season, I should say. And Ethereal Dragon bought out season 14, and then we've got finishing up the Melissa and Amy videos as well as RDV. So if you would like to be a part of this crowd, just go on over and drop $5 in the tip jar at Ko-Fi, and you can pick out the video you want. You can pick out the topic or the videos, or I mean the covers, whatever. It is up to you. This one is Dalton's.
I wonder what it's gonna be.
I didn't buy it. To be fair, someone bought it for me, which I do really appreciate that somebody bought it for me. But no, I didn't buy this one. I will let you know when I have funds capable of supporting a month or so, because hopefully in the not too distant future I will finally be getting on disability. So that's a goal.
Rhaegar saying, "Hey, Dalton is here. I wonder what the special occasion could be." Well, tonight we are ranking Golden Age Dr. Fate covers, which is basically we're going to be doing the first 12 Dr. Fate centric covers. And let me explain this. He is on All-Star Comics covers, but he's the dude in the background. He's never in the front. So I had to skip over 30 years and go to 1970s to find the very last cover tonight. Of which I've challenged Dalton. What do you think that cover is? I went from Golden Age all the way into the 1970s, and there is one specific cover that is the main thing we should share. And
I'm pretty sure I actually own this one. It's the one where he's like floating sideways, right?
I think you're talking about A Brave and the Bold, but no, that's not it. But you know what? Let's get this party started. Let's get this show on the road, as they say. Unfortunately, we will not be ranking his first appearance. And do you know why?
Because he's not on the cover of his first appearance.
Not on the cover. He's one of those heroes. He's one of those most popular heroes that are not on the cover of their first appearance, much like Silver Surfer or Galactus.
Did they have
Doctor Strange wasn't on his first.
Doctor Strange, that's true. What is it with the Mystics? You know what? I think the Mystics are on the first appearance. They're just made themselves invisible.
To be fair, this has literally been happening since Action Comics -- because people who are stupid frequently will swear up and down to me that comics are more sci-fi than they are mystical, by pointing at Superman, to which my response is, you guys do know he shared Action Comics #1 with Giovanni Zatara, right?
Zatara didn't make an appearance on his first, and neither did Zatanna. Zatanna's not on her first appearance either.
I don't remember if Dr. Occult, speaking of Golden Age mystical characters, I don't know if Dr. Occult made it onto the cover of his comic either, although that would have been 3 years actually before the appearance of Superman.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of mystical characters that don't get enough credit.
I already put in hold on, let me sure I got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're all there. Professor Pixel, you were first in, so you get the first Dr. Fate cover.
Hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi, Pixel. This is More Fun Comics number 56.
This is fun.
Well, that's good.
And it's...
No, it's more fun.
No, I think this is just fun.
Just fun? Okay.
This is a lot of fun. It feels very, very...
Golden Age?
Mid.
No, not even Golden Age. Because, hey, listen, on the Geeky Puppet Show, you can go over there and read Hawkman and the Golden Age Flash, and there are some great like panels in there and great covers. This is just a little too statuesque, if that makes sense. It's still good, but but I'm going to start us off with, I think, a 7.
Are you trying to say stiff?
Stiff, yes.
Okay. Well, you gave this a 7.
Stilted,
all right.
yeah.
Dalton, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna be continuing in the same vein because Dr. Fate is, relatively central on this cover, but it's not showing anything about what he can do, who he is. It's not really putting any of his abilities against anyone else's. He's just standing there, and I'm agreeing with Pixel that it's a bit stiff. I'm gonna be a little bit more critical than Pixel though, I think, and give it a 6.
Oh, okay. Wow. Just average. All right. Melissa and Amy, what do you think, y'all?
I mean, I like it. I think it's interesting when you grab comics like from different times and there's a different balance of like trade dress versus how they incorporate like the image into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vertical piece of paper, but with so much of the trade dress taking up the top half of it, you end up with a horizontal composition. And that makes it a little bit of a challenge when you're dealing with primarily figures and figure drawing. So you end up with this thing that it's not.
They almost look bent over because of how much the trade dress is taking up.
Yep. They always have to kind of try and duck under the cover a little bit. And it's weird. You see that sometimes in like modern cell phone games where they're having to do the character art for games that are supposed to have a horizontal landscape or landscape thing where you turn it on your side and use your phone. And people have gotten to the point where they've pretty much mastered that. But this is probably starting out pretty early in it. So I appreciate it though. I think they did some pretty good stuff with it. And I like the colors and the poses read cleanly. And it just has a kind of an interesting vibe. So I really do like it. I think I'll give it a 9, I think.
For the record, to back up what Amy is saying, this book came out in 1940. So that should explain how early it is. No, this is still early enough.
1940?
Yeah, this is literally 1940.
Oh, I'll give it a 10.
Okay, let's see. Melissa.
I like the heroine.
She's cool.
She's cool.
Is that guy shooting fire out of his fingers?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is. Just no one's just back then there wasn't a established way people did fire.
Yeah, people hadn't figured out how to draw fire yet. I mean, it's a really abstract form to try and get in line art. Like,
and if anybody knows about fire, it's Amy.
I understood that, I guess.
Yeah, this is 1940, June 1st.
Wow, that's amazing. So
I think I'll give it a 10 too.
All right.
Does his belt say go?
It's better.
So what?
No. From here, it looks like his belt says G. Oh, I'm like, okay. The green guy.
Alrighty, so yeah, I'm gonna disagree a little bit with Pixel, and I'm gonna agree more towards the Melissa and Amy camp here, because this is obviously it's kind of like a panel taken out of the book onto the cover, and it's telling a story. Yep. And sometimes, even if you think it's mediocre art, if it's telling a story and you can follow through and everything, obviously, to me anyway, what I'm seeing here is you've got the main baddie and he's just sitting watching as his sidekick is apparently kidnapping someone as he's warding the superhero off. And,
I believe that's supposed to be Wotan, but it might be too early for the standardization.
It does look like
design.
him. Yeah. I think the colors are popping. You sometimes a white background is just kind of dull, but I think it works here. Maybe a yellow to get the white clouds, or a red to let the white clouds really stand out. But overall, no, I think this is an absolute fine cover. I think it's a pretty damn good cover as well. Some might say an awesome. I'm going 9.
She has really cute shoes.
Okay, and let's go to the chat.
And she's wearing pants in the 40s.
Yesterday we did not get voice readings because it was me, and I'm very efficient and everything. But today we've got Pixel, Melissa, and Amy. There's no way we're not getting voice readings.
It starts with a fear. Your dragon gives this a 10.
Oh, really?
And thank you, Michael Taylor.
Oh, no, actually,
He's giving it an 8, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, you found it.
Why did he start with a 10? I guess he was saying 10 about something else.
Yeah.
An 8. Never mind. I take it all back.
Eric and Boyd says 9. I like what is happening. Well, hopefully not that the poor lady's getting kidnapped, but it is a nicely done drawing.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? It's Dark Admiral March here giving this a 9.
Oh, goodness. Desert Rose says, hi, Pixel. I'll go 9.
Darth Kato says, meow, 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 meow. And gives it which translates to 7. Not bad, but it's a bit stiff, as mentioned. And then Michael Mouse Taylor says, oh boy, I was tempted to go 9, but I'm actually giving it an 8. It's not my property.
But takes down at least 1 point.
Lil Rhaegar gives this a 9. Yo, MK says 9 for this cover.
I love how MK's voice is so deep we can't even mimic it.
Nobody can mimic MK's voice except for Elizabeth.
Just like a lower pitch than the Martian wind. God dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I also like how anybody put teen at the end. Yeah, I actually said thank you, Michael. Yep, I saw it. But yeah, I like the fact that anybody could put teen at the end of it and create an entire movement or word here. But thank you, Rhaegar. Efficient teen. Efficient teen. Yes. All righty. I think that's everything. We have 1 6 taking out one of the 2 10s, 2 7s taking out that last 10, and one of the 6 9s. 2 8s try to beat 5 9s, but lose. And this is a 9. We start off awesome.
9.
9. 9 9. 9 9. I like Brooklyn 99. It's a good show.
Until the last season.
You know what? I absolutely agree with you on that because they went straight up, oh, Black Lives Matter and aren't cops bad?
Yeah, but American Gods Season 2 had the same problem. I really liked that first season, but after Season 2, it just kept spiraling further down the hole.
Yeah, well, what's worse is they had Rosa be that character, and she would be the one that would be like, hold on, we do 3 million interactions a day. This is how many go wrong.
Yeah,
she would be the one that would be standing up.
Isn't the chief of police of Brooklyn Nine-Nine black as well?
And gay.
So he was black and gay, and he has been the entire show. But
and yet they thought Brooklyn Nine-Nine was an appropriate venue for the BLM talking points.
Yeah.
Dang it.
All righty, this is Dalton's book, and it is the second cover appearance of Dr. Faye. Yeah, I got him. Okay. It didn't change the score, but I got RDV and Austin 6s. All righty. And you, sir, have Dr. Fate number 61.
Okay. So I like some of the stuff that's going on here. I think the colors are really well balanced on this one. The figures seem almost stretched out, though. I'm not sure if it's just the angle that the screen grab was taken from or what, but
well, it's the cover.
They seem a little bit like overly stretchy and overly thin, and it's too zoomed out. It needs to be more zoomed in on the figures, I think, to make it a better impact. I'm going to go 8, I guess.
All right. And Lester Sisters, what says ya?
Do we know who the artist was for this book?
Give me just a second. The writer is Gardner Fox. No artist mentioned on Comic Vine.
Interesting.
I think he did both the art and the writing, but I could be mistaken.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Because they're very unusual figures. I'm not exactly...
Jerry Siegel.
Okay.
More Fun Comics 61. I'm looking at DC database right here.
Well, I'll be darned. Good for
cover artist is Howard Sherman.
Okay.
And then you have different writers and for you have also different writers and artists depending on the story.
Oh, sure, because a lot of these early ones were collections.
Yeah, they've got a lot of different stories. So Jerry Siegel is one of the writers. You also have Bernard Bailey, a couple of them. But it says the cover is Howard Sharman.
Interesting.
There you go.
Well, it does have some interesting draping in the materials, and the little tower. When I was looking at it, I thought he was walking along and just tripped on the little thing, and his toes were stuck between them, and he just is kind of like collapsing like right outside and just kind of falling down. But I guess he's flying away from the tower. I do like some things about this, and given the era it was made, I can see some of the issues with, because I mean, a lot of the stuff they were trying to figure out how to do back then, how do you reference these layouts? Because, you know, if you're talking about something like somebody dancing or somebody punching or someone, you know, riding a horse, you can get models and references for that. How do you reference somebody in a cape tumbling off of a tower and somebody flying off after them shooting lightning? There's no way to model that. So I try not to be too harsh on it, but I can't say that I like it as well as I do the previous one, although it is fine. I think I'll give it an 8.
All righty, Melissa.
Let's see. Yeah, I think Amy described the situation very well. It's very impressive pixel fingers right there. White fabric. Looks exciting. It's like Dr. Fate's been doing awesome. Awesome for a good long time. I think I'll give it an 8 too.
All right. And Eric, you here? Nope. Okay. And how about you, Pixel?
Hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi, Pixel.
This is fun, but I feel like this could be done better. Like, it's literally this tiny tower that they are leaping off of, but they aren't even really leaping off of it. You have this weird alien thing that's dressing like a wizard, dressing like a sorcerer, just like Dr. Fate.
I want George Perez to draw this.
I'm pretty sure that was a one-off character because I do not recognize them from anywhere.
It's an interesting mask. I don't know what he's supposed to be, but it's...
You don't recognize Gregor the Mystic Shooter? Really, Dalton? I'm surprised at you.
I did not. Although, thank you for keeping me honest there.
This is fun. I'm gonna go 8 here.
The Mystic Shooter? What?
I made that up.
What we got?
I was going to say, if this is my first hearing about it, I would like to know from what orifice you pulled that.
God, wouldn't it be great? Into it, and that's
well, okay. Actually, funny story. There is a villain named Silver Dagger, who's a Doctor Strange villain, who actually did shoot him with a enchanted Nazi gun once. That was the issue. That was the issue where Doctor Strange first met Death and gained
bringing this back around to the cover we're looking at. I think what we got is done very well. I think what we got is also done very sparsely here. I tend to think it's a little bit better than 8, though. I like it. I like the characters on it. I'm giving it another 9. Let's go to the chat and start with Eric and Boyd.
He says he'll give this a 7. He thinks it's a bit funky, which is part of its charm, but also a little hard.
What do you say, Minnie?
Oh, Desert Rose gives this a 7.
Austin Proctor says 7. Doctor Strange is great. Especially Doctor Strange and his more dynamic and foreshortened cape. The other guy, though, needs a redraw. And he says later he meant Dr. Fate. Slip of the tongue.
Okay, I was about to say, because that almost gave me an aneurysm.
Ethereal Dragon says 6. Too stiff as well.
Jay Lucian says, I don't know what you all is talking about. This is a 10.
All right. Yeah. Dark Animal Monchea says 9 colors pop, and it's kind of quirky.
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, MK. MK says I'll say 8 here. Also, for Dalton, he too has a deep voice. And who is that bad guy? He looks like the guy from the Crisis animated movie. I forgot his name at the moment. Oh. I don't know that movie, but it's a funny design for sure.
It's a good movie. The Crisis. It's actually a 3-parter, kind of like a trilogy, and it's good. It's good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what character he's referring to the green guy being like, though.
The character from
Psycho Pirate.
Yeah, that was my first thought
Yeah.
too. But Psycho Pirate also has the red, so I don't know.
All right. So where are we going?
Says meow 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 meow, which is 9. It's very well drawn, but it does have a few flaws.
Michael Mouse Taylor says, "Oh boy, this is a fun 9. Cool cover and colors, but not perfect."
It lacks some detail.
But Little Rhaegar says, "Nah, this is a 10."
Evil alien wizard with a Tommy gun.
What does Anita B say?
Anita B. J says, I like a 7.
Yourself.
Mhm.
This episode of Sesame Street is brought to you by number 7.
7. All right. Yeah, that's him. It's like, okay, let's
We got
take
it.
a point.
We did it. We did it. We're there. England. Come on.
All righty. Here's what we got on book 2. 1 6 taking out one of the 2 10s. We've got 4 7s taking out the last 10 and 3 of the 4 9s. 5 8s going up against 1 9. This, ladies and gentlemen, landed in 8 Town. All righty. Here we go. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Which one is it? Here it is.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Go for book 3. And I do believe this time the Lesters get this book first. And here we go.
Oh, okay. What do we get?
That would be issue number 68 of More Fun Comics.
Oh, man.
This is not a good sign when all we have is barely contained laughter. It's not a good sign.
That laughter is not contained.
No,
There's no containment of the laughter.
I was talking about me because I wanted to laugh at it too, but yeah.
Okay. This is awesome, though. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I love all the details and the little mechanics. And Dr. Fate just has this thing. He's like, forget this. Yeet. And I think that's awesome.
Run, Creedon, before I crush your head.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 10. That's amazing.
All righty, Melissa.
Yeah, I love it. That's wonderful. 10.
Okie doke. All righty, and Eric is back.
Power cord.
Well, what's going on here is Dr. Fate has this thing over his head. He goes, I know if I possess the intellect of Jared Stevens, I would have a better way of stopping yon mystery. But since I don't.
How many strokes am I going to have to suffer tonight, Eric?
Wham!
I need to know for my medical bills tomorrow. How many strokes am I going to be suffering tonight?
I kind of figured you would be getting a few Jared Stevens mentions tonight.
Oh God! I wish I had the Infinity Gauntlet just so I could erase that book from existence, just to prevent the jokes. God dang it!
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, what do you score this, Eric?
I like this. I'm gonna go 10.
All righty.
There's even a cord for Coco to chew on.
And how about you, RDV?
Oh man, I thought you said you're doing the cool ones tonight. This isn't Jared Stevens.
I know.
Okay, again, Can we cap the infuriating references to say 10, please?
We suffered a darker fate because Jared Stevens is not available.
Even Dark Fate is a better movie than this.
Okay.
There's only so much I can stand. God damn it!
Well, I like the single baby helmet.
I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that.
And then you have looks like Pixel running away from him, and is he eating a generator at him?
Wait a second, Vegman.
This is for you, buddy.
That's not Pixel because he's not going. Hi, I'm Pixel running away.
Oh, for the love of God!
No, he's saying bye. I'm Pixel.
I'm going with 5 with this because, it's there.
Alrighty.
Like the best detail so far is actually on whatever he's holding in his hands.
Pixel, what do you say?
Bankman is wrong. So this cover, while there are some technical issues, I love the background, but where Dr. Fate and this professor are standing, they feel like basically they're right next to each other. The proportions are off, and so is the angle. But it's too much fun for me to go and say, "Oh, this is a 9." No, I'm going to go ahead. It's a 10.
You are right.
Alrighty.
The proportions are off. The guy's hands should be bigger, like Pixel's.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree more with Venkman on this because
Who do you think is Pixel too?
The proportions and angle are just completely skewed and nonsensical, and they still have yet to actually show Dr. Fate using his powers on any of these covers.
I don't know if you're gonna get that tonight,
which frustrates me to no end. But yeah, I think I'm going up 5 as well because this is a joke cover, frankly, and the kind of fun you should be having when Dr. Fate is concerned is not let's point and laugh at him. It's gravitas, and this completely fails in the gravitas department.
Oh,
Dalton.
But Dalton, it's more fun.
Yeah.
I feel like the guy who gets hit by that ancient cash register is probably going to think you're
Again, I'm just why of all the things you could show Dr. Fate doing on a cover, why?
I do have a serious question though. Is this before he had the eye slots on his helmet?
The what?
The eye slots.
Slits.
He was back when he looked like Dr. Bong from Howard the Duck.
Right.
Bong.
Yeah, I'm going to warn you right now. I don't think you're going to get a lot of magic on these Dr. Fate covers. I don't
The question is, do you believe in
what number did you give this? Okay, hold on. Wait, we got.
I gave it a 5. I agreed with Venkman.
Okay.
Wow. So
we got Eric. We got RDV, Dalton, Professor Pixel. What'd you say again?
I said 10.
10. All right.
So Anita BJ, whose troll count is that? Because they just took your photo.
Say what?
Of when he flipped me off. They changed their icon stuff. I'm just wondering whose troll count that is. Is that little Ray Car? He just keeps changing his name?
Little Ray Car. No, you can't change your name, Little Ray Car. We need you to stay the same forever.
If you need a BJ, go to BJ's. They have discounts.
Oh.
They can. All right. Keep an eye. If it's too much, then
no, it's fine.
No. I just thought it was kind of clever.
Okay.
Austin gives this a 10.
Alrighty.
And Eric and Boyd says my reaction as well. 6.
I have to say, uncontrollable laughter is going to give me a higher rating, pretty much no matter what.
Okay, that's true. Little Rhaegar says 10.
Peaches?
Nope, Anita.
Anita Peaches gives this, I'll say, a 9.
Peaches?
Peach, you're so cool. Darth Kato says, meow, 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 meow. 5. Oh dear.
But you laughed.
Whoa.
Rose gives this a 9.
Admiral Marcher says 10. Dr. Fate is upset he didn't get 1 penny. We're gonna get out of his thoughts.
I have a feeling your dragon gives us a 10 as well.
Fate smash.
Michael Mouse Taylor says, "Oh boy, fun, cool cover. It's a 9. Now this one has a lot of nice detail. My property.
We'll have to work on that.
Oh, believe me, I am. I'm working on it right now."
Oh, well.
Boom! Okay. That's it.
All right. I think that's all our numbers.
Okay, and we have 3 5s taking out 3 of the 8 10s. We've got a 6, so now there's only 4. And then we have an 8. Now there's only 3. And then we have 2 9s, and there's 1 10 left, making this a 10. All right, there we go. And here we are. That is our first of the night, as a matter of fact.
Also, why is this like painting like Dr. Fate as a villain in this cover?
Go for. We have no idea what that guy did. He's Japanese, and it's 1940.
He's not Japanese. He's from Florida.
That's a Japanese guy running away from a giant cash register.
I'm giving you another one.
For what?
Anita, don't use them. Don't use them. I don't know how I feel about people using my face as their icon.
I said, well, obviously the guy doesn't have the comb over like you do, you know.
I don't have a comb over. I don't have hair enough to have a comb over.
We're not talking about you.
Oh, Pixel?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Pixel.
I'm Pixel.
All righty, Eric. You get issue number 69 of More Fun Comics.
Nice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, there are the slits.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So we can kind of see where he's throwing the cash registers.
It's an important thing to know.
It is. You gotta watch your money.
Especially at Publix.
Or shopping.
It's a pleasure.
If this had a thought balloon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Amy started another forest fire. But luckily the random extra and radioactive man were able to escape.
Oh, that's good. We want everyone to be okay?
Yeah, or actually this guy looks more like somebody would have popped up in an issue of Thunder Agents. This really is not good. So I think here comes my 5.
Okay. All righty, RDV, what do you say?
I like to think that he's saying, "Fear not, citizen, for fate has intervened on your behalf." Or he's flying away. So screw this.
Whee! There's like a little trampoline on the ground, and he's just taking off.
But yeah, I you know what? Because he's got the eye spots. He doesn't look like a dork in this one. You know, I'm gonna give him a 9.
All righty. Okay, Pixel, what do you say?
Hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi, Pixel.
No kidding.
This. I like where they're going with it, but I don't think it was done very well. That's a problem. But yeah, I'll go 7.
Alrighty, Dalton.
I think it's good, but it's got.
It's the same position as the last cover, but this one is far better rendered, and all that flame makes me think that this might be in some hell dimension somewhere. So conceptually, this cover makes a little bit more sense than randomly yeeting a cash register for reasons. But at the same token, it's the same position as the last cover, better rendered though it may be, and the flames imply being in hell or something, but I got nothing else. So I will be nicer to it than I was to the previous cover, but by 1 point only. 6.
Alrighty, how about you, Amy and Melissa?
You guys know if it takes place in a cave, it's in Florida, right?
What?
There are other caves, Dykeman.
Did you say cave?
Yeah, in Florida.
There's
Miss Marvel
caves in
taught me
Florida?
that. Yeah, Miss Marvel taught me that.
No. Florida
Where?
is like 90%
There's underwater.
swamp.
I've been in underwater caves, but I've not. Yeah, there's not a lot of caves in Florida that aren't underwater.
Are you telling me that Marvel lied to me?
It's like 80% swamp at any
Yeah.
given moment.
Yes, Marvel lied to you.
Nonsense. You guys are both wrong.
It is nonsense.
He used to live in Florida, and Pixel I think still does live in Florida, and I was there once for vacation, so I can confirm that Florida is like 80% swamp at any given moment.
Hi, Michael
That's
Mouse.
'cause it's
Want
so
to
hot,
tell
that's
you
why
to
it's
trust
swamp.
me blindly. You can do so.
But Amy,
Hi, Amy.
hi.
And
I'm
Melissa.
not Amy. Girls.
Amy.
Did we lose them? Melissa, Amy.
Where?
There we go.
Hey, we got film.
The composition on this is really interesting because looking at the way that the comics have been progressing since the first issue, and the way they're kind of like trying to claim a little more vertical space there to get sort of a more interesting layout. Like he's not quite straight up and down, but he's close. So kind of have to give him that. It kind of turned the camera angle visually a little diagonally, so he's kind of trying to fit it in there. But it's interesting because the elements here with the cave wall are kind of agreeing a little more with what they're trying to do with the perspective of everything. And he has these 3 figures here, and the layout's pretty interesting. There's some tangents there, especially on the foot and the arm, that are a bit unfortunate. But overall, the structure of the characters is good, and the poses have clean silhouette. Really need to work on those tangents. But I mean, people were just figuring this out then. The fire has a nice silhouette, and it's kind of a cool arrangement of the elements. So I love seeing the progress of the art and just how the technique is developing. So I really do like this. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 10.
Alrighty, how about Melissa?
But I love seeing its growth.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, and let's go to Eric. Oh wait, Eric started this off. Okay.
Still a 5, sir.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot I like about this. The fire looks cool. It's very. It's not. Obviously, maybe it's like how Amy and Melissa say they. Well, no, they had an orange and yellow fire earlier, but I kind of like the deep red. But
it's a nice silhouette.
I got to admit, though, Dr. Fate looks like somebody was playing with an action figure with the way his hands are. It looks. He actually looks a little stiff, like.
And he also takes up like the least amount of space on the cover. Like the random green dude down at the bottom there actually takes up more space than Dr. Fate does.
But I don't think it's a bad cover. I'm going to go 8 on this one. Alrighty, and let's go to the chat.
All right. Let's see here. Go.
Austin Proctor starts with a 6.
Dark Armor March here gives this an 8.
Little Rhaegar says 9.
Desert Rose gives this an 8.
Eric and Boyd says 7.
Anita BJ says, I say 9.
Oliver Queen says 0. Not enough eagles.
What does the cat?
That guy's terrible. Darth Kato says meow 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 10, which translates roughly to 10. This is a pretty cool. I like it.
He also says praise the sun villain.
Dragon says 6.
Neat cover reminds me of Superman post almost. Plus there's fire, so I'll give it a hot Amy 9.
It's a hot cover because it's got the fire on.
Hot.
Dr. Yeet.
Oh no. That's Dr. Yee and I don't think he's a doctor yet.
And
Michael Mouse Taylor says, we're heading in the wrong direction here, buddies. This is a fun 7.
Oh, there you are.
Dr. Fate versus Shrek. I want to see that battle now.
Beware my wrath.
It would last less time than it would take to make a short film.
Okay, that's the numbers.
Yeah.
And what we got here is 1, 5, taking out one of the 3 10s. We've got 3 6s taking out the last 2 10s, one of the 4 9s. And then we've got 3 7s taking out the rest of the 9s, leaving 3 8s standing. And that's where we go. This is another 8. Alrighty. There we go. And now let's move to book number 5. And this one, I believe, is RDV's. So it is go for book 5. Alrighty. Here we are. And here you go. This is More Fun Comics number 70.
who does this?
Say again.
What?
Who's starting?
I am.
This is RDV.
Okay.
Not you, other RDV. Seriously.
Sorry, I was really excited. Okay.
Yay!
Because he's high above the city?
He's so
City! We've
Uh,
got Bernard Bailey and Howard Sherman as artists, and Gardner Fox and Jerry Siegel as
Now-
writers.
This, to me, is a much better cover than the other ones I've seen tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, it's Mission Impossible. It's Tom Cruise mode. I love it. I'm going 10 with this. This is great.
Dr. Fate, dun, 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 Doctor.
Please,
What?
for the love of all that is holy, stop.
Dr. Fate, Doctor.
This helmet was.
See, she's getting it. Amy gets it. Fate. Because you gotta have fate.
I don't even like the Mission Impossible movie.
Baby,
Can you pick a different song you like, and we'll talk
I'm
about it?
gonna wear the
No.
hat today. It's gonna be yellow and gay.
Where are you
Okay.
Aaron.
What?
With Mission Impossible being over, we can get a bunch of Tom Cruise Dr. Fate movies now.
I know, right?
I don't what.
Yeah.
Okay, for the record, the correct casting for Dr. Fate is Matt Smith.
Okay.
If we're going for a younger Dr. Fate. If we're going for an older Dr. Fate, I would suggest bringing back Pierce Brosnan.
Anyway,
I
it's
would.
my turn to read
Now
this?
let's put this on the table.
Am I?
Okay, Dr. Fate. Carrot Top hasn't done much recently, so he is available and cheap.
His hair would.
How hilariously would you like to scream until you die?
Hey,
Actually, no.
Is it-
Kurt
How many night terrors would you like me to send at you now?
How did they not get Carrot Top for Cletus Cassidy?
Thank you,
That would make sense for the record.
Pixel. What do you think?
finally! This is great. This is fantastic. This is the best cover of the night. Not only is it drawn well, you have that beautiful city down below.
City. Wait, where are we going with this one?
Down below.
Down below.
No, I wasn't. This is natural. This is fantastic. And he's pulling this guy out of a plane. He's gonna toss him. It's great. Finally a 10.
We all know Dr. Fate likes
Ten.
sequels.
Alrighty, then Dalton, what do you think?
I'd say it's significantly better than some of the previous ones. This still doesn't wow me though, because
I'm telling you, it's Golden Age. You're not going to get that magical, mystical cover.
yeah, but even so, they're still doing the putting Dr. Fate on the corner of the cover for no reason thing, and
That's Spectre.
it's technically doing like it is an action scene cover, which does make it better than the previous ones in a lot of ways, and it's not doing the stupid yeeting pose anymore. But this still leaves quite a bit to be desired. I give it an 8.
Alrighty,
He's in the process of eating that guy.
ladies. Hey, ladies.
Dr. Fate ran out of cash registers, so he's got to eat something. I think this is great. great. I love seeing how the art evolves, like from the first issues. And I don't know if they have different artists or if the one artist is just like growing a lot stronger. I'm sure they have lots of artists working together, but overall, just figuring out how to work with the space that they have visually. And Dr. Fate here actually looks well. Like the foreshortening on his leg that's coming forward, the angle on his foot's still good. It's not twisted. His weight is balanced over the foot that's kind of braced against the side of the plane here a little. And it feels about right the way his arms are connected to the back of this guy's jacket. It's got a beautiful arc to the movement. The guy sitting in the thing looks and everything sort of feels like it fits in its place. Which, you know, as much as I love the other covers, I haven't really seen because that's just sort of a different level of art. And it's really starting to come together here. So it's really exciting to watch this. So yeah, I'm going to give this a 10 too.
Alrighty. Melissa.
How long has Spectre been up in the upper left corner?
I know. Spectre's been keeping an eye on everything. The only thing that would make this better is Cliff Cornwall, but...
Well, that's what he's throwing.
No, he's not. No,
Damn it!
In fact, Dr. Fate is here tossing him to save Cliff Cornwall.
Melissa, what do you think?
What do you think, Lisa?
Yeah, the great perspective. The city below is a neat touch. She's like, back in the old days, in modern comics, usually it's the villain that looks intimidating. Dr. Fate in these books seems like a kind of a scary guy. You almost feel bad for the enemies, which is an interesting choice. But I'm not complaining.
Well, okay, Gardner Fox's original premise for Dr. Fate was essentially in a world of Lovecraftian monsters, what if some of the Lovecraftian monsters were good? That's how he came up with the idea for the Lords of Order and Chaos. He was a massive fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and he wondered what a Lovecraftian superhero would be like. And Dr. Fate was the result.
Interesting.
That's why people are frequently afraid of him on these covers, because even if the Lords of Order are on humanity's side or the side of the mortals generally, you still want to keep your distance from anything that cosmic and or Lovecraftian.
Yeah, don't cross them.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Melissa, what do you give this?
10.
Alrighty, and then we go to Eric.
Yeah, I really don't care anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I took his Cliff Cornwall joke, that's why.
His Cliff Cornwall comment was taken.
I was waiting and waiting. I waited through dialogues, diatribes, threats of violence.
Wait, did you wait? How many hours in line did you wait?
In my defense, I've mostly been relatively quiet on this one, which is ironic considering the subject matter.
Or who you are.
Mm.
Wow. I mean, I was thinking it, but I was going to say it out loud.
Alrighty. Anyway, Eric, what do you think? What do you say?
Yeah,
what do you rate this?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
What?
10.
Whenever. Forever. We're going to be together. All right, we got a 10 from Eric, and then RDV. Wait, the RDV started this one off. Okay.
Yep.
I know.
Okay. Let's see.
I love the motion lines. I love the guys like, holy crap, someone's pulling me out of a plane.
Yeah. This is just absolutely fantastic.
But he's also saying, hey guys, fun comics above me.
All right, let's get to the chat.
I appreciate your.
Austin Proctor starts us off with an 8.
He also says that Shrek took down the fairy godmother. He might be more of a
that's right. That was in the second Shrek movie. He did.
Eric Boyd says 9.
I'm trying to find the top of this. I see a lot of people talking about who to cast Carrot Top for.
We're at book 5, so
yeah. Where is it?
Rhaegar, I will agree that Kelsey Grammer, the guy who played Frasier, would be a good voice for Kent Nielsen in an animated Dr. Fate movie, but unfortunately he's too old now to play a Dr. Fate in his prime, and he's not he's not quite dignified enough to play an older Dr. Fate out of his prime like Pierce Brosnan did. So,
All right.
yeah.
There we go.
That's the compromise. If he's the voice actor for an animated one, I would agree with that. We still need to get Oded Freyr back to be the voice of Nabu, though.
Are you doing this out of spite now?
Okay.
Desert Rose.
Desert Rose says, I'll go 8.
Derek.
I'm
Go
digging this one. MK says, 10. I like this cover. Also, sing the Barney song, England time.
I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. With
Call the waters and get some anvils in here. I need them for my sanity.
Thank you, Darth Kato, for saying 10 meow 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 Dr. Fate versus the Red Baron. The music come out in the third.
I didn't know they're going
him.
The Bloody Red Baron.
After the turn of the century, in the clear blue skies over Germany, came a roar, and thunder men had never heard like the screaming. Oh shit! I lost it. Sound of a big war.
Listen,
roar and the thunder. Men
shit.
never heard like the screaming sound of a big warbird up in the sky. A man in a plane, Baron von Rithholm or something like that was his name. 80 men tried and 80 men died.
Why did
Are you done?
You did this. I was doing.
Are you done?
Christmas,
10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. The Bloody Red Baron was running up the score. By the way, I have that on a mixed CD. I listen to it.
Make it
damn
stop.
near every day.
It
So
doesn't make you cool. Admit these things.
Make it stop.
I don't give a fridge about being cool.
And Rhaegar and Rhaegar, Johnny Depp, I would rather see play Strange than Fate.
Thank you, Michael Mouse Taylor.
What are you yelling about, Pixel?
He's you in the comments.
Oh,
And you guys are talking to him.
I don't know if you want to do that. Okay, we'll read the comments. Go back to the comments.
I already did it. I gave it a 10. Finally.
Anita Peaches.
Anita Peaches.
Anita Peaches.
Peaches.
She gives us an 8.
Ethereal Dragon gives us a 7.
Do-do-do-do-do.
One slick dude gives us a 10.
No fly zone villain, prepare to be hated.
You go down.
It says 10.
I already said that. And Little
Well,
Rhaegar
I'm
gives
just
us a
continuing.
I can see my house from here.
Is there other scores? Is that it?
I think that is. We kind of took a long time just playing around.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I pop in when he's singing "Shoot Me Now."
I blame you.
They were too busy making me regret every decision that has led me to this moment.
So you cast a spell on E to make him sing?
No. I would have to make him stop, but fortunately he stopped before I was that desperate.
Okay, kids. Yeah, we're just messing around today. It's fun. We have 1 7 taking out one of those 10 10s. We've got 5 8s. Now there's only 4 left, but there's only 1 9. So,
You should,
ladies and gentlemen, we have our second 10 of the night.
You should have called this ranking Dr. Fun covers.
Dr. Fun covers, yes.
Yay.
Paging Dr. Fun cover. Dr. Fun cover.
Hey,
Thanks,
Please
man.
go to the white.
Someday
phone.
I will find you in a dark alley and you will scream until you die.
Go for book 6, Pixel.
Hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi, Pixel.
Well, now I know I only missed 4 covers this once. Like, yeah, we have not been on target. But here's book 6 for Pixel.
Oh, wow. His neck. That's amazing.
It's funny. A lot of people are on target this June.
So he's supposed to be going through space.
The Final Frontier.
Space isn't red.
He's leaping through space and time.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Bye. I'm Pixel. This is a 6.
Okay. Alrighty then, Dalton. What says ya?
I'm gonna be slightly nicer to this than Pixel was, but only very slightly. 7. Because it does actually have Dr. Fate as the central focus of the cover and not stuck in the corner for once, which is nice. And he does appear to actually be doing stuff, which is also nice. But the body proportions are screwed up. They need to stop making him look like he has stretchy Mr. Fantastic powers. For the love of God, please.
You're trying to make him look cooler, that's why.
And ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Oh man, it's hard when you think of some of like the Doctor Strange covers and stuff that you've seen, where you're like they really interpret that cosmic power in such a wildly creative way. But a lot of that book, I feel like, was more, I don't know, like it was kind of brought together for the artist. Like the artist had a vision for something they wanted to create, and everything kind of went around it. So trying to figure out how to visualize such an abstract story, it had to have been a challenge.
Well, this is the main artistic difference between Dr. Fate and Dr. Strange. Dr. Fate was born out of the late 19th and early 20th century, in particular the trends of the Victorian occult revival and the Egyptomania that came around the discovery of King Tut's tomb. Whereas Dr. Strange was born during the age of 60s psychedelia. And that's why he probably made out better artistically when it came to like visual representation than Fate did.
Eric, I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
So, where were you when Egyptian Mania was running wild?
Let's see.
By the way, everybody, I mean, that's why freaking Steve Martin made a.
He probably was annoyed. He probably was annoyed that they were rating all of his stuff from the old days.
Oh, Black Cat, you are in disguise as Dalton today. Oh my gosh! Alrighty. Anywho, Lester's. Dalton gave me. Okay, Lester's. What do you say?
I do like the piece. It has some whimsical elements in it, and I think I'll give it a 9. Yeah.
Alrighty, Melissa.
I think I'll give it an 8.
Okay, and then we have Eric.
I don't know why, but I like this.
Awesome.
You know, you've got Dr. Fate. You know, I know in space no one can hear you say, Amy. Thank you. I'm going 9. I just like this.
And RDV.
Well, the cow is already jumping over the moon, so he's like, I'm going to jump Saturn.
Yep.
And then what's with the is that a frog farting going through?
Yes.
I like that there's smoke in space.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's some kind of like eerie like mist going around and stuff. So I'll go 10 with this. Just pretend that he's running for the end zone.
Okay. Goodness gracious.
It's a sports ball cover. I didn't. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's why Eric likes it.
All right, I'm going 8 as well. Let's go to the chat.
All right, let's see here. It looks like for the numbers, we've got a Jackson Roy Kirk starting us off with a 6.
Rhaegar says 5.
Austin Proctor says, this is kind of Raymond-esque. I like it. It's an 8.
That crazy rabbit says 8.
And Eric and Boyd gives us an 8.
Along with one select dude who also says it's an 8.
Mm-hmm. Desert Rose gives this a 7.
Imperial Dragon says 6.
I don't know if you're muted, Pixel, but
only one can hope.
I am.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to
Taylor says I was tempted to go 9, but I'm giving it a fun 8. Very cool cover.
I was wondering why he was just writing all over me.
I had a feeling that must have been what was going on. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not. Do more. Darth Gato says 5. Little did Dr. Fate know that while hopping over Saturn, he would be assaulted by a runaway balloon.
That's a pretty good summary.
Translated from meowing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Anita.
Yeah. Ready to go.
I love comics. Who was more popular and iconic overall? Lucille Ball, Marilyn Monroe. Also, Amy, where voice sounds like Snuggle Bear from Fabric Soft commercials. I'll say 9 here.
To answer the question, though, I think you got to split it up. I think Lucille Ball was more popular, while Marilyn Monroe was more iconic. And if you look at it right now, you got to go Marilyn Monroe. As much as fantastic as the Lucille Ball show was,
she was more lusted after. Yeah.
I think Marilyn Monroe. People talk about Marilyn Monroe without talking about the movies. So
Marilyn's career was.
That's why I would say she's more iconic. But Lucille Ball was in everybody's TV for dang near 40 years.
She has.
So I would have to say more popular would be Lucille Ball.
Marilyn had a much shorter career, all things considered. But what she did with that career was a lot more iconic than what Lucy gave us.
Yes and no. Marilyn Monroe, her career has been elevated to this mythical status, just like everything about her. Mm-hmm. Which is why she's the answer to that question.
Yeah.
You can find, if you ask anybody people under 30, if you ask 100, just go ask 100 kids if they've heard of Lucille Ball, you're going to get about 10 to 20% to say yes.
Whereas Marilyn Monroe was the goddess of Hollywood.
Let him finish there, Dalton.
Probably 90 to 100% because they may not know why, but she has survived the test of time.
All right.
She was Hollywood's first ingenue, essentially.
And by the way, this is a true fact. Desilu Productions had Star Trek. All right.
Anita Peaches.
What we got here, kids, is 2 5s taking out 2 of the 4 9s. There were no 10s. We have 3 6s taking out the last 2 9s and 1 of the 6 8s. And then we have 3 7s trying to take out 5 8s and failing. This is an 8, ladies and gentlemen.
Who would you rather hang out with, though? Marilyn Monroe or Lucille Ball?
Lucille Ball.
Exactly.
Oh, heck yeah. From everything I've seen,
because she could be funny.
Okay, people.
It has all the chocolates.
Go back to the movies she made in the 40s.
Yeah.
If Marilyn Monroe was a 10, Lucille Ball was a 9.
I'll tell you what, Lucille Ball was freaking gorgeous as a young woman.
Yes, she was.
Absolutely. And by the way, and to put this into perspective, she was beautiful on the TV show, and she started that when she was 40.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
I love Lucy, and
she loves me.
I still love the Superman.
We're as happy as two can be. Sometimes we argue, and then how we love making up again.
Was that the start of the Super Dickery? Because
like no one can.
That was the start of the.
And I'm her man.
That was the start of the Super Dickery covers.
Sometimes it's heaven you'll see.
Hey, look, I found a mute button for E.
Are you done? Are you done, E?
Well, I was
By
just
which I mean,
around.
will you please stop assaulting my ears?
No,
I won't. I will not. No, I was just fucking around with RDV every time he talks.
The Superman covers. The Super Dickery one where Superman's being a jerk. Well, yeah. George Reeves was a jerk to her in that episode.
And I thought I was Superman. Yeah, you've been married to her for 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. And they say I'm Superman.
I love that.
That's it. Yeah, Eric, this may not change your opinion, but go watch Lord.
Okay, so let's see. We had what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been RDV. So that's Pixel. This is Dalton.
Hi, Dalton.
Wow, we're taking our sweet time today, aren't we?
Hello. I like a lot of what this cover is doing, but with the color palette the way it is, Dr. Fate almost vanishes into the background.
Like a ghost.
That's interesting.
And it's still doing the character is like absolutely tiny relative to the scale of the cover thing. So the cover itself is a 7. As a Dr. Fate cover, I give it a 5.
All right. And how about you, Melissa and Amy?
I mean, well, clearly his power is eating because that's what he does.
Eating?
He found a submarine. That's cool. It must have been hard to spot in the middle of the ocean.
Oh my god.
Well, one of his superpowers better be being bulletproof.
So it must be. So he just went, hey, I found a submarine. I'm gonna go throw people off of it. And so he did.
He is like Germans, apparently.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
did. At that point in time,
But
not a
yet
lot of
this
people
would have been the
liked
war years.
Oh, okay. So no. That would be Namor. He wouldn't be in this one. Because I was gonna say Namor could help him, but that's
Yeah, he's in the Marvel one with the
he's
better
in the
characters.
Marvel one. That would have been cool though, you have to admit. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Like I have to say when you compare to the earlier ones, it is pretty well drawn. The characters are posed nicely and the composition works well and all the environmental details kind of line up with each other. I feel like it's not tackling something as large or as in a dynamical way, but it's solid and I appreciate that. I'll give it an 8.
All righty. Melissa, what says you?
Let's see. I'll give it an 8 too.
All right. Eric?
Well, it's a nice action sequence of Dr. Fate trying to stop people from breaking into Zach's summer home.
I did not see that coming.
Not even a little bit. Yeah, not
Yeah, you
see.
did.
Oh my gosh, that was so
And we
bad.
saw that one too.
That
Hold
was
on,
so
Tish.
bad. Oh goodness.
I know,
At
right?
least,
That was
At
almost
least
as
I'm
bad
not-
as my singing.
at least I'm not the only one in complete and unendurable agony.
That guy got kicked in the stomach. And his hat fell off.
All righty, RDV, what do you say?
Well, is this the origin of a boot to the head?
Yep.
He's worked his way there.
I would have eventually given a number if you'd waited.
I know,
I'm
right?
sorry. Wait, you didn't?
Sorry.
No. He
Oh,
doesn't pay
that was Dalton. Okay, I thought we started with the Lesters. No, we started with Dalton. What do you say, Eric? Sorry.
I'm giving us a 10.
All right.
I just like it.
Yay.
I'm giving it a 10 as
RDB.
well.
Okay.
10 is, yeah.
Wait,
And,
what crashed in the water?
That's another ship being sunk, probably.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Pixel.
10.
A bouncy 10. All righty.
A bouncy shortly, right?
Yes. Okay. It's not bad. I don't think it's 10 worthy.
It's not bad.
It's
It's
not
fine.
I'm going 7. All right, let's go to the chat.
Let's see. Well, from the best I can tell, it looks like.
Jackson Roy Kirk gives this a 5.
Oh, right.
Lil Rhaegar follows that with a 6.
I don't know if you're muted, RDV, but.
No, I'm here. I'm just waiting for my turn.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go
Waiting
ahead.
for you.
Oh, you want?
That's
I'll
my
go.
chair. It's 9, but the helmet almost looks like a half mask.
Does it? Oh, yeah. It does kind of look like it.
It's like it's drooping forward like a jester's mask, actually.
There was a period where Nabu's consciousness was overwriting Kent, and so he did switch to a half mask, although I don't think it had happened yet at this point. I'm not sure. I can't quite see because again,
Right.
between the gray and the blue, Dr. Fate is very hard to actually spot here. And even then, once you do, you could probably cover it with your thumb.
Yeah,
You don't-
You don't see the gold?
I see the gold.
Yeah, but the blue of his suit completely blends into the blue of the water, and considering that the gray suits of the diver guys that he's next to are almost exactly the same color as well, it kind of washes it out entirely. That's one of the reasons I gave it a 5.
Not for me. They all stand out perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm seeing everything okay as well.
Hmm.
Anywho.
Anyway, one slick dude says 9.
Darth Kato says, "Meow, this is Sparta."
And gives it an 8.
Yeah.
And Eric and Boyd gives this a 7.
Have you seen Kyle? I don't know.
Desert Rose gives this a 6.
Oh, Minnie! Michael Mouse Taylor says, no. This is a fun 10. Very cool cover and nice detail.
Yay!
Austin Proctor says 5. It's flat.
Ethereal Dragon says 8.
Let's see.
Oh no! Boy, that's hilarious. Dr. Fate tossed them in the ocean to make them sauerkrauts.
That's so bad.
But funny.
Because they're not happy about being tossed in the ocean.
MK says 9.
Anita BJ, or I Need Peaches, says 7, I suppose.
I need a peaches.
Alrighty.
Peaches. Kyle.
Dark Admiral's taking off. Did we take so much time on these? He's leaving? Oh.
Well, maybe.
Have a good night, Dark Admiral. Take care and be safe.
Well, he only has so much time.
What we got here is 2 5s taking out 2 of the 4 10s, and then 2 6s taking out the last of the 10s. 3 8s, or I'm sorry, 3 7s taking out 3 9s, leaving 4 8s left. This is another 8, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
suspect that Dark Admiral likes getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's an early riser, probably.
Oof.
Could be.
Yeah,
Some
if you have
people
that
really
kind of.
are.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it is 11:46 by my clock, so we've spent like an hour and 15 minutes on this so far.
On the first 8 books here, go for book 8, and this is let's see, it would be in Pixel. This is the Lester Sisters this time around, and you get issue number 73.
Let's see. What have we got? Oh!
Nice.
look.
Let's gone.
Half of his face is showing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they changed the helmet for a little bit.
Yeah.
I just explained that like 5 minutes ago.
It's kind of nice seeing a clear picture of it. So this is this a redoing of the cover or something? Because it has
It looks like an updated clear cut, probably digital.
so that's probably
Yeah.
Either that or it's taken from the Golden Age archive editions, because the covers
Yeah, more than likely
really
that's
nice.
it. And I will be honest, if I could find a less grainy version, I tried to find a less grainy.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just trying to, because when you see such like flat colors and stuff like that, it looks it's I mean, everybody has their preference. I guess I kind of like the texture of some of the slightly older renditions, but that's a stylistic choice. This is interesting. It's got a lot of figures in it. That guy's, in case you couldn't tell, Dr. Fate's right there, so he's pointing him out, and that guy still somehow missed him entirely. I don't know why he's not
Shoot at him! Shoot at him!
I guess he's lucky he didn't shoot his boss. Because look, his foot's up on that guy's shoulder. So a lot of punching, a lot of throwing stuff around. It's interesting.
Oh no! Look at his foot. His foot's on the guy's shoulder. So the guy's purposely missing because he's kicking him.
Yeah, that makes sense because he was just went over and kicked that guy in the shoulder and punched that guy who, I don't know, was he trying to climb in through the window and Dr. Fate just went nope.
No, he's falling backwards, and it looks like they're on like it's supposed to be the ocean, I guess, behind him.
I think it's the ocean, probably. So I guess he was up on the ledge too for some reason, but it's okay. I would say that overall, I like it. I think there's been consistently a lot of growth in the artist's work, and that's really cool. I can't say it's my favorite cover of the night, but I do like a lot of the details about it. I think I'll give it Maybe a 7?
Alrighty. How about you, Melissa?
That's a good energy. I think I'll give it a 7 too.
Okay. And then we've got Eric.
Yeah, Dalton, that was cute the way you thought any of us were listening to you when you explained that.
I was listening, but there was also that little bit that he said, "I don't think this is happening now," and now it is happening.
I was apparently mistaken, but that's probably because on my screen everything is like a size smaller than it would be for you guys.
I know, because you're on your phone.
Yes.
I like this cover. It does just kind of look like he's got a pot on his head. But I know it's product of the times. But I'm gonna give this a 10 for one reason.
Yeah.
Check out Masaharu Ito's pixel finger there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that finger goes all the way to issue 74.
All right. Okay, RDV, what do you say?
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's Pixel down there. He's saying, shoot that way. He's
don't shoot at me.
You're not getting credit. It's a 10. I love it. Because again, at first I'm like, why was the guy missing? And I realized, his boot's actually on the guy's like shoulder.
Yeah.
He's pushing him back. But don't worry, the guy behind him will shoot.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the guy in the green hat is shooting the guy in the brown jacket. There's bad blood in this game. What do you give this, RDV?
I said 10.
10. Okay. And then we have Pixel.
The pot is ruining it for me. I'm sorry. Not even the pixel finger can save you now.
Don't do drugs.
This is still very good, but I'm gonna go 8.
All right.
2 fisted exploits, but not a single fist. Well, except for maybe 1.
Okay, and Dalton.
I think this is probably the best one of the night so far.
Yeah.
And this does confirm the thing I said earlier about the half helm period. I guess it happened earlier than I remember it happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm still not giving this a 10 because there are problems with it. Really wish they would have Dr. Fate actually using his powers every great now and again instead of having him reduced to fisticuffs. I know the half helm period does nerf Kent a little bit as relative to when he's wearing his father's or his adoptive father's helm, but being that as it may, a day when Dr. Fate is reduced to fisticuffs is a day when he is not being written correctly. So 9.
Well, it could just be because the covers, because at the time they needed to sell the book and maybe his hands up while swirlies wouldn't have been considered.
Or maybe this was the original version and they thought this was the best version of time. People liked it. This is before all the cosmic stuff.
No.
I think
Gardner Fox explicitly made Dr. Fate as an homage to H.P. Lovecraft.
All right, let's go to the chat though.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Well, Rhaegar's impressed. He starts us off with a 10.
Eric and Boyd says, 8.
That Kato says, meow, 10. Oscar cover.
And Jackson Roykirk gives this a 6.
And then he eats out. So have a good night, Jackson. Take care and be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he came in when you were singing. He could only last a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then he regretted all of his life decisions, much like the rest of us.
Ethereal Dragon gives this a 7.
And Michael Mouse Taylor says, oh boy, a fun 10. Very cool cover and colors.
I whined like Alicia.
Alicia? Desert Rose.
Alicia?
Are we in this ranking?
we are now.
That is cool.
So
How's
cool.
it going, Eric and Boyd? We're losing our audience.
Desert Rose gives this an 8.
Yes.
All right.
Proctor says 6.
And one slick toot. gives this a 10.
These are probably people who have to work on Saturday morning.
And
that could be.
Michael Mouse Taylor says, actually, my 10 is a little too much. Lower it down to a 9.
All righty.
No.
And I did.
MK agrees.
And that is a 9. All
Dr.
right,
Beelzebub's broccoli.
what we got is 2 6s, taking on 2 of the 6 10s.
Oh, and a 9 from MK.
Yep, got that. And then we have 4 7s, taking out the rest of the 10s. 3 8s, 2 9s. This is an 8. All right. As we are moving on. That was almost my favorite cover of the bunch. We have 5 8s, 1 9, 2 10s tonight so far already. And that was Dalton, right? So that was Lester. So go for book 9. We're rounding the corner, last 4 issues of the evening. And it is Eric's turn. And he gets issue number 74 of More Fun Comics.
Ow, that guy plain old fell on his head.
It looks like he crashed like a Starman audition.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy, he's dead.
Yeah, it looks like his neck is completely broken.
He's done. I'm giving this a 10 for the sheer silliness.
All righty. Golden Age goofiness has reared its ugly head or pretty head. RDV, what do you say?
I saw this the first time. That was Billy Numerous.
Oh, yeah.
It's because we were reading Titan's Go too much, so I saw these Billy Numerous, the high five. I like this. Like he's toppling over the concrete blocks. See, that's how the pyramids are built, by a single guy.
Mm-hmm. Just pushing stuff over.
Yep. Yeah, this is 10.
All righty. And how about you, Pixel?
This is fantastic. This is great. So much fun. 10!
All righty. Dalton.
It's in the same rough ballpark as the last one, so 9.
Okay. Melissa and Amy?
Yeah, I like this. It's got nice large characters, interesting use of both the camera angles and the staging with the environment to kind of use the vertical space they have. The posing works, and I'm really kind of like, why is he picking on these poor little red guys? But I guess you want to mystery sells the book. I'm sure he's up to something noble, but I'm not sure what right now. But it looks funny and interesting, and I think well done. I like it. Oh, even though it has Green Arrow. So I will give it a 10.
Even though it has Green Arrow, you have some against Green Arrow?
He's an idiot.
Oh, we were reading Batman Brave and the Bold comic earlier today, and he kept coming up with these ridiculous plans, and Green Arrow's like, I have an idea. I'm going to buy a cursed artifact. There's no way this is going to turn sour. And then he kept just...
Oh, Oliver.
Stop doing dumb things. And he was like, no.
This is why you will never be Batman, Oliver.
All right. Okay, Melissa, what do you say?
Yeah, 10.
All right. And Eric. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it was great.
Eric started this, didn't you?
Yes.
And who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing 1. It was Melissa. What'd you give it? You
10.
gave it a 10. 10, 10, 9. All righty. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. There's one missing. Who? Pixel. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 10.
And RDV gave it a 10. And Eric gave it a 10. So Melissa, what'd you give it? Amy, what'd you give it?
10.
Okay, there we go. I'm just missing one more 10. All righty, let's go to the chat.
Oh, right.
10. One slick says 10.
Yes, one slick gave it a 10, and then no, it's Lil Rhaegar. Or no, it's Austin Proctor saying this is a 9. Now that's Golden Age Dynamic Art.
There you go.
Then Lil Rhaegar says 10 because he's doing the Lord's work taking out those Aquaman.
Darth Kato gives us a 10. He says, meow, 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 meow. It says, I love how the one guy looks like he's being dragged by his ear. Ooh. He's in trouble. He's getting dragged around by his ear.
A ethereal dragon gives us an 8.
Michael Mouse Taylor says this is a fun 9. Best version of him in the half element so far.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Desert Rose couldn't agree more.
Hey, yeah, I love comics. So Cheers or Night Court?
Cheers.
Better show.
Cheers.
Night Court is funny. Don't get me wrong.
and I'll
Cheers
say
is flat out better.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
I'll just say Cheers had a good song, but I watched Night Court way more.
Can't blame you. Night Court was good. Cheers is better written.
I could picture you walking in Cheers right after Norm. Hi, I'm Pixel.
We know.
That's right.
Cheers was already a pretty good show to begin with, and then it.
Nines trying to take out 10 10s. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our third 10 of the evening.
Yeah, with then Peaches, the 9 at the end.
Peaches.
All righty.
Peach.
Right now we have 3 10s, 1 9, and 5 8s, and we are going for book number 10. Go for book
Because
10.
I watched both of them on the 90s. They were both on reruns, so I was watching that. And then after Night Court, the guy who played Harry, he actually got his own show that it's called Dave or something. Dave's World, I think it was. I don't know. Cheers had a lot of good celebrity guests on there.
Dalton, Eric,
That Kevin Conroy episode guest star was great.
Lester's, Eric.
I'm sure Frasier has to be one of the most successful spin-off sitcoms.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so this one,
Because
book 10 is
it
for
took a pretty
RDV.
good show to begin with, and then improved on it.
Book 10
by
is for
focusing on
RDV,
the
and
most
here is
likable
issue number
character.
75.
75.
Mhm.
At least got a lantern right on that guy's head.
Oh, he's teabagging somebody.
Bonk.
Oh no! Is that the Furious photo phone over?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Through
Yeah,
window.
it's just- To the walls.
Oh, I think he threw
That's what. Uh-oh.
What was it, Pixel? I didn't hear you.
Nothing. I didn't say a damn thing.
Charles Xavier is finally standing up, and he's got a gun.
I'm gonna get you, Dr. Fate, one way or another.
But I don't understand the white on the tip of the gun. It looks like a little starting to a stun gun. Then, yeah, I'm gonna for the zaniness. I'm gonna go 9 with this. I like it.
Alrighty, Pixel.
This is this is better than a 9. I mean, with Charles Xavier shooting from the back.
Right.
This is great. 10.
Alrighty. And how about Dalton?
It's in roughly the same ballpark as the 2 previous ones. I do wish that the trade dress didn't cut off his cape, because it would have been nice to see it billowing out. So for that reason, I will go an 8.
Okay. Alrighty. And how about you, Lester's?
Most of his cape is still outside the skylight, though. I love the idea that he's just like Dr. Fate always has like a large cash register or some machine available that he can like eat through things. So that blue box over there, he just threw through the skylight, and so he can jump down. And it's bounced off to one side and took out a table.
And there's Madman by it.
Yeah. He's in a box. And it's a fun piece. It gets goofy, but it's fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this a 10. It's just ridiculous. But it is
And
cool.
Charles Xavier.
And Charles Xavier, yeah. So
And Melissa, what do you say?
Also 10.
Alrighty. Eric?
Sounds glass breaking. Halt, yawn, bang. Oh boy, that hurt. 10.
Okay. I don't feel that strongly about it, but I will give it an 8. Let's go to the chat.
all right, go for book number 10. A lot of
Did
like
Venkman started this, didn't he? Yeah. Austin Proctor starts with a 7.
One slick dude gives it a 10. Dr. Fate Geronimo cover.
Michael Mouse Taylor says, "Oh boy, a fun 10. Gotta love what looks to be feet crashing on Zach Party."
Wouldn't there have to be like little sausages or something? Like a. Let's see.
The rate ours is 10. This is also is that a fallen picture of literally Hitler over there?
Oh no.
Considering this is the war years, probably.
Are they just.
Henry, by all means, feel free to stay part of the conversation, even if it's not your cup of tea as far as art's concerned.
Poopy soup. Dirk Cato says, meow, 10. Poor Dr. Fate bought to get a bull enema from Professor X. He's laughing.
I fear you, Dragon, says 9. And Henry Jamex is not voting. This arrow of art does not interest me. I would have scored these covers a 3 or a 4. I don't want to poop in your soup. So
you really just want to read it as the same voice.
Good use of walk-in in this particular case, I think.
Thank you.
Let's see, Henry.
I'll be here part of the week.
MKF30 asks, Golden Girls, which was better?
Golden Girl.
Mork and Mindy.
I'm not finished yet. Science taught us. I'll say 10.
Thank
Any
you for
peaches?
being a friend.
Golden Girls was better than Mork and Mindy. I like them both. I like them both, but only one of them gives me nostalgia feels, and that's Golden Girls because that was my great grandma's favorite show.
Aw, that's awesome.
Okay, let me get the stop in here, and we will score this out.
Anita BJ did say 8, and then
I got that. All right, we have 1 7 3 8s and 2 9s taking out or trying to take out 11 10s and only wiping out 6. 5 are left. This is a 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
All right, let me get that up there. And once again, we are at 4 10s, 1 9, and 5 8s. And let's go to book 11. And I do believe this is
Mark and Mindy has taken the lead.
This is RDV. Okay.
Hi, I'm RDV.
Hi, RDV.
You may know me from such shows as the Geeky Puppet Show. And sometimes Extreme Movie Show.
Wait. You're not Pixel?
No, I replaced him. He was useless. Just like Johnny Storm.
Oh, wait, no, that was RDV, was the 75.
Pixel like the Highlander.
There can be only one.
All right,
and whether you're a believer or not, you can thank God.
And did you ever see the Pixel? Did you ever see the Mexican version of that? There can only be one.
All right,
was that directed by Mexican counterpart Senor Spielbergo? Simpsons reference? Anyone?
Simpsons? Oh, I don't know.
What do you say, Senor
the
Pixel?
movie, the movie episode.
Hi, I'm Pixel. This is great. This is really, really great. I think we've ranked this cover before. I can't remember what I ranked it then, but I know what I'm going to rank it now. I mean, you have the chessboard and the chess pieces, and then he's fighting the goons, and you have that villain's face looming in the background like it's the Wizard of Oz. Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
I'm fairly certain that is supposed to be Wotan.
Amazing. 10.
It's more like FDR.
And how about you, Dalton?
I'm going to agree with Pixel. This is the first cover of the night that feels like it should be a Dr. Fate cover.
Okay.
In the sense that most of these covers have showed him just fighting random nameless mooks, and that's not who Dr. Fate should be going up against, and that's not the environment Dr. Fate is useful in. So this is the first one that actually vaguely feels like it should belong to this character. Not quite enough for me to give it a 10, though. Although, screw it. I will give it a 10 because, like I say, it is the first one of the night that feels vaguely like it should belong to this character. So 10.
Okay, and how about you, ladies?
Oh, yeah, this is a neat piece. And look, it's the little tower from the second or third issue? Was that like a little tiny tower? Yes, it was. It's right there. So it's kind of cool to see a repeating element. And we've got like the Dick Tracy character here. I wonder why they all have such short pants.
Yes, Rhaegar, that is precisely what would be on brand for him, actually.
So they all the villains take their laundry to this one laundry unit.
Yeah.
And there was an accident with the laundry, and they actually shrunk the pants by accident in the dryer.
Oh man.
You know. And they all forgot socks.
It's a whole to do.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
That's a problem. That's an embarrassing time to go to work and then get beat up by Dr. Fate, let me tell you. Yeah, I'll give this a 10. It's cool.
All right, Melissa.
10. I feel sorry for the other guy's head.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty well.
What do you think about this cover?
Let's see. Looks like he's Goldberg and Dick Tracy is next.
Right.
Again, this is really odd, but I like it. I don't know what the big giant head means, but mystery's selling this book, baby.
It's a chest.
That's right.
Again, my guess is that's Wotan, and they got stuck in some kind of chess dimension. Is my guess.
Yeah,
that would make
more reason to give it a 10.
That would make the most. That would make the most sense given the visuals we're seeing here.
Wotan.
Not sure why Wotan hired random henchmen, but
because
I guess it's the 40s and we have to stick them in somewhere.
Well, that's his clan.
Maybe the henchmen represent something like.
I was waiting for somebody.
I got the joke.
All right, RDV. What do you say? What do you say, RDV?
Maybe henchmen pawns in
game of life, Mongol pawn. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's not supposed to be a cosmic chessboard. I think it's just a metaphor. The fact that he's playing chess and this guy's 3 steps ahead of him, and he's trying to basically work his way through, get to the bad guy. And I'm sorry, Eric, if that's Goldberg, I think Dr. Fate's gonna lose. He's way too old. Anyway, but yeah, I like this. This is cool. The only thing that throws me off is it's on a checkerboard. I know, like, yes, chess can you play on a checkerboard, but like I've never seen people play chess on the checker side. The red and the black.
You do know they both have squares on them, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. He mentioned that you can play it, but
yeah, I've never seen it on the actual like red and black boards. It's usually on like the brown and the white ones.
The white and black.
Yeah, when they're made of like wood. Yeah, I can see
what
you're
score
saying.
I'm going 10 with this because I'm pretending that's Herbert Hoover or FDR up there as the villain.
All right. Okay, and let's get to the chat.
Austin Proctor over in the chat says 7. I'm giving it a 7. And then Imperial Dragon is giving this a 10. Lil Rhaegar says 10 too, and the Simpsons movie is one of the best movies ever.
Never seen it.
Really?
Oh, it's really fun.
You've never seen the Simpsons movie?
I had quit watching Simpsons by then. They weren't funny anymore to me.
One slick dude says 10. Someone on this cover is green with envy.
Guy in the
But
back.
I'm pissed.
Green.
Darth Kato says meh 6.
He says meow.
Meow 6.
Michael Mouse Taylor says, "Oh boy, this is a fun 10. A very cool cover, colors, and nice detail. This cover rivals the plain cover.
Ooh.
That's just the plain truth."
I guess if you can't knock the chess pieces off the edge of the board, what's the point, right, Kato?
Yes, but I don't see a plane on this cover though. That's weird. Anyway,
That's plain to see.
well, planes with an IN.
I think the most insufferable pun goes to Eric's from earlier, the Wotan clan one, which yes, I got.
DJ says 7.
I'm Gayo 30 says all about Magnum PI or MacGyver.
MacGyver. Too many weirdly awesome uses of gadgets and shit in MacGyver for it not to win there.
I would have watched neither.
Yeah, the green.
Yeah, me too. I've never watched either one.
I've seen like episodes or clips of episodes. Magnum PI has the better intro music.
I will blame my familiarity with MacGyver on the Mythbusters. They got me into that franchise. Because they did entire MacGyver specials because of all Mac's gadgetry and improvisation.
It's fun, right?
Desert Rose says 8.
Oh, did you find Desert Rose?
Yeah, she was underneath Kato.
Oh, I must have just missed her. Desert Rose is 8.
Yeah.
All right, is that all of our numbers?
I think so.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Henry,
4, 5,
and I did
more.
specify is they're playing chess. I said it's on a checkerboard though.
Yeah.
Because it's red and black.
Yes, because I said
Usually
whenever any other sort of media you see they're playing chess, it's never on a black and white
Yeah, because
red board.
checkers are usually red and black pieces.
Yeah.
You just haven't seen enough chessboards, man.
But what we got
I'm talking about
is
media. I don't know
1
about real
5,
life.
2 6s, and 1 7 trying to take out 11 10s. This one is yet another 10.
You can play on it. I'm just saying a lot of people I see that don't play on the red and black.
I agree. And that leaves the last book of the night for Dalton. We're going to say go for book 12. This is the only non-Golden Age.
Really?
I had to reach all the way to the 70s for the next Dr. Fate Centric. And sir, you got DC first issue special number 9.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Oh crap!
I mean, it is good, and it is very dynamic.
And he is doing magic.
It is, and it's literally
Vaguely. I wish they had been a little bit more creative with the way the title was written, though. And slightly more creative with the background as well. But
the little city in the distance.
I'll give it a 9. It's not quite as atmospheric as the previous cover, even though it's probably like on a technical art level better. And it is actually showing him using his powers for once, which none of these covers really have shown.
Yep. Well, we do have 30 years between the two covers, so
yeah. Which is also part of the reason I'm marking it down, because I don't want to just say it's better because it's a slightly more put together era of art. So 9.
Okay, and how about you, Lester Sisters?
I mean, somebody's eating the Sphinx at Dr. Fate, and they're like knocking over a building in the process. It's a wild cover, to be sure.
So they're saying, now ye shall be the yeeted.
Ye shall be the yeeted. So I guess he's gonna. Does Dr. Fate just shoot things with lightning, or can he move stuff with his powers?
He can do just. He is to the DC universe what Doctor Strange is to the Marvel universe. As much as I hate making that comparison, because hacks refuse to differentiate that they are very different characters.
Sure.
Dr. Fate's powers come from an entity named Nabu, who is a Lord of Order, which are basically these quasi-Lovecraftian beings that are that essentially side with the mortals. And that Lord of Order was also Dr. Fate's adoptive father, because when he was a child, his father was an archaeologist, and unsealed the tomb that Nabu was trapped in, which inadvertently led to his father dying. Nabu took pity on him and decided to raise him in the studies of the mystic arts, and that's
that being said,
yeah.
Amy and Melissa, what do you say?
Oh yeah, I'll give this a 10. I love all little details, and it's a fun step up from all the covers we've seen so far.
Okay, Melissa.
I'm also gonna give it a 10. It's a very exciting cover.
Alrighty, Eric.
That's nice to know more about Dr.
What? You need something?
Yeah, ranking on the cover. Why not?
Oh, okay, sure, no problem. 10.
Okay.
There we go.
RDV.
Well, I'm glad he solved the underwear problem. They're now smaller now.
Mhm.
They're not like boxer briefs again. Now they're actually yellow tighties. I like the fact he is using magic on this. What throws me off is this was an ongoing Dr. Fate series, was it?
No, this
Because-
is
What's the actual title of this?
First
GC
issue
Super Special. Yeah, it
Okay.
was basically a tryout book
Okay.
for a lot of time.
When they were reviving it when they were reviving continuity in the Silver Age, essentially.
Because I've never seen this book before, even to see the first issue specials. So I'm curious to see what the other ones
Do you
were.
remember remember the Dangerous Street series that Tom King did? That I quit not because it was bad, but because it was boring.
Oh, that. Yeah.
That was a tribute to this series, so he used all the characters from that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that pointy cathedral is gonna stab him. So careful.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going 10 with this. This is great.
All right.
Who's your mummy?
And Pixel.
Giant frickin' Sphinx
Mhm.
comes crashing down in the middle of the city.
What the Sphinx?
City.
Damn right. This is frickin' 10 all day long.
Joe Kubert cover too is what really makes it stand out.
Okay, let's
nice.
get to the chat.
Can't forget
Oh.
the chat. What do we see? We start with Little Ray
Rhaegar.
with a 10.
Nice.
Austin
Let's see
Proctor says 8.
Oh,
Like so Cupid. To me, it's well done. Like a bad steak. 8.
What?
Sorry, I don't know. It's late. I'm tired.
Michael.
Hi, tired. We know.
Says, oh boy, 10. Very cool cover and very nice detail.
All right. And Ethereal Dragon gives this an 8. Oh.
Yes.
Dr. Kato. 10. Dr. Fate versus Yeet Master Sphinx. Right, it's a cat. Right, Kato? What are you waiting for?
One slick dude says 10 for the Joe Hubert cover.
Yeah, MKF is coming in with another one. The Cosby Show or the Wonder Years.
Wonder Years. I like the Cosby Show, and I'm not going to take anything away from it because of what we learned about Cosby later. But Wonder Years was just written better.
And then he says 10.
All righty, and that is 3 8s, 1 9, 10 10s. This is the next and last 10.
Did Rose vote?
I don't know, but
She's
there's no changing the
No.
score.
I'm just curious. You said Three Stooges. I don't know if that was supposed to be a vote or not.
And
Yes.
by the way, yeah, Hawaii Five-0 is some of the best TV music of all time.
Not as great as Surfside 7 or Burke's Law.
Let's see, we have the 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Airwolf was a
5.
good one too.
No 9s, but we also have 6 10s. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All righty.
You forgot to score this book.
Have a good night, One Slick. All righty then. Pixel, your favorite of the 8s.
My favorite.
And your least favorite.
Well, my least favorite is going to be Space.
Final Frontier.
Book 3.
Yeah. Book 3. My favorite is going to be
Okay,
Submarine.
book 4. Okay, Dalton, favorite and least favorite of the fates. Number 8.
You wanna remind me what's in the category?
Yeah, sure.
So I can
I'll show off the covers. Let's see here. This was the first
never
one.
forget, folks, that I'm doing this on my phone, so I have difficulty seeing things.
What'd you say? I forgot.
That's book 1.
Okay.
And let's see, book 2.
Okay.
And then book 3.
Okay.
Alrighty. Book 4.
Okay.
And book 5.
Okay.
All right.
My favorite of the 8 is the last one we added to that.
Book 5.
list.
All right.
Yeah. And my least favorite is probably the first one there.
Alrighty. The Tower. Yep. Okay. Amy and Melissa.
Let's see. It's kind of funny, but I think probably just looking at them, I think my favorite overall is probably this one where he's jumping over Saturn and just kind of running through the cosmos. It's kind of charming.
Book 3. Yep.
Least favorite. I guess it's probably the 1, 2, 3, 5th one. That's fine. They're all good, of course.
It's fine.
Melissa.
She had to step out for a moment.
All right. We'll wait.
Is there anybody else?
No, I'm just kidding. Let's go to Eric, and we'll get back to Melissa. All right. Eric, what do you say? Favorite and least favorite of the 8s?
My favorite is Weekend at Zach's Summer Home. And my least favorite is number 1.
Okay. And RDB, favorite and least favorite?
Favorite is number 4. Least favorite is number 2.
All right. And let's see. Whenever Melissa comes in, just give us a heads up. Oh, hey. All right. Melissa, what's your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite is of the 8s, right?
Oh, good.
My favorite is
Lightning figures, kicking green dude, jumping over Saturn, fighting the submarine, punching lots of people.
Maybe punching lots of people. My favorite. My least favorite. First one.
Alrighty, my favorite is the 5th, and my least favorite is the 4th. Okay, let's get to the chat and see what they have to say about the 8s. Let's see. We get the first score with Darth Cato, 5 and 3. 5 and 3. Next up, we have Rhaegar with 5 and 3. And then we have Michael Taylor with 4 and 2. And then we have Austin with 3 and 4. Next up is Desert Rose with 3 and 5. All right. And then let's see. Darth Cato. Desert Rose is time. Darth Cato. Anita, best is 1, least is 4. All right. And then Ethereal says 5 and 1. Okay, and MK comes in. Best is 1, worst is 4. Okay, there we go. Let me get the stop. If you have a vote, put it on in there, and we will include it. Okay, there we go. Zoinks. And let's ratio this stuff. All righty, we have clear loser, as a matter of fact.
It's me.
No, what?
That is true. That is true. Actually, 2, 2, 6. Okay, we have 0 positives and 2 negatives on book 2. All righty. Then we have 2 positives and 4 negatives on book 1. Both of them ended up at 2, but one had no positives, and that's why I scored it like that. Okay, let's see. Then we have 2 of them that cancel each other out. One has 3 positives, one has 4 positives. So we're going to be bringing book 3 all the way over here. And then we're going to be bringing book 4 all the way over here. And book 5 is the leader of the 8s with 6 positives, 2 negatives. All right, now what really matters, kids. Let's go to the 10s.
Oh, there is more than 110.
Oh, no, there's 6.
No. Yeah. When you were to scroll down, I only saw 110. I was like, wow, that's
and recap the 10 for the people who need a visual reminder, please.
I will do so. And here are the 10s. We've got Dr. Fate yeeting the cash register. All righty. Next up, we have Dr. Fate playing Mission Impossible. Next up, we have Dr. Fate being the fullback into all of the Starmen.
Here's a starman.
Waiting in the sky.
Then we have Teabag Dr. Fate. We have Checker Chess Player Dr. Fate. And we have the DC First Issue Special Dr. Fate. All right. What is your favorite and least favorite of those, Pixel?
Okay. My favorite, I really do love the chessboard. I really do love that first super special. But the best one is Dr. Fate yeeting the guy out of a plane. That's the best one of the night.
Alrighty, book 2.
My least favorite out of these 10s, I think, would actually be the Cosmic Cash Register.
Alrighty, book 1. Okay, Dalton, what do you say? Which one are you sending to the bracket fights, and which one do you think does not deserve to be there?
My favorite is the chessboard. Right. My least favorite is the cash register one.
Book 1. Okie dokies, ladies.
I think my favorite's the cash register one still. Okay. Least favorite? Oh man, they're all good. I guess the one where he's crashing through the window.
Alrighty, Teabag, Dr. Fate. How about you, Melissa?
Let's see, my favorite.
There's not a bad one there.
No. I think it's the third one, the fourth one from the right, or the second one, the fourth one from the left, or the second one from the right. That was my favorite. My least favorite, the one with all the guys in red outfits, kind of lying around everywhere.
The one with the red outfits.
Starman.
Your least favorite. Starman. Okay.
Yep.
How about you, Eric?
I think my favorite is Dr. Fate, tossing Cliff Cornwall.
All righty.
No, it's gotta be.
He got to do the joke after all. We saved it.
That's not the same, but you know what? I can't rank a Joe Kubert cover worse. My conscience won't let me.
It is a great cover.
So I've got to go with I think the one where, here I come to get shot in the nuts.
All righty, Teabag, Dr. Fate.
Yes.
All righty, how about you, RDV?
2 is my favorite. Cash register be gone is my least favorite. Even though he's eating it at Pixel.
All righty, I'm going to be the guy defending the Dr. Fate versus Starman, and my least favorite is teabagging Dr. Fate. All right, let's go to the chat and see what they have to say, starting with Rhaegar, who says 5 and 6. All righty, 5 is best, 6 is least best. All righty, and then we have Austin with a 1 and 4. Then we have Ethereal with 1 and 4. Next up, Desert Rose says 2 and 1. And then Darth Kato says 3 is the best, 1 is the worst. 3 is best, 1 is best. Alrighty, MK, best is Fate Saves Pilot, worst is the checkerboard. Alrighty, that is 2, and that would be 5. Next up, let's see. Favorite has to be 1. Least favorite is the game board, says Anita. Alrighty. Second issue to the right, straight on till morning, says Austin. Very tough. It was toss up between 2, 5, 6. Best is 2, worst is 1. Alrighty. And let's see. That is that. If you have a vote, put it on in there if it changes anything. But for now, I'm going to put up a stop. All right. Let's see where we go here. What is the clear loser of the group? We have well, it's got to be book 4 with 1 positive, yet 5 negatives. So that is book 4, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4 up the teabagging Dr. Fate. Next up, we have 4 positives, but we have 6 negatives. So that's a -2 on the board, and that is book 1. So it goes all the way down here, and then we have then we have no positives, 1 negative. And that's the DC Super Special, so it stays where it is. Then we have, let's see, what are we looking at here?
Would it help the Super Special if I mentioned that was my second favorite?
No, it's got to stay where it is. But then we have 1 book here. We've got the 2 books here. We've got 1 that cancels everything out, and that is book 5. And the number 1, 6 positives, 0 negatives, ladies and gentlemen, and going to the bracket fight. By the way, where it will go up against Dave Dorman's book. Just give you guys a heads up. And that is More Fun Comics number 70. Or was it whatever the last one was? I think that was Dave Dorman. But yeah. So there we go. That is actually a good cover. I don't mind sending. Even I didn't vote for it. But I don't mind sending this one to the bracket fights. That is a pretty good.
We finally got Cliff to the next round.
There you
go. Wait a minute. No. He's got a parachute. He'll be okay.
Let me move this and make sure. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, this one and Dave Dormer is going to go up against each other. So.
I don't think Cliff Cornwell had many covers.
What?
I don't think Cliff Cornwell had many covers.
I don't think so either.
All righty. So here's the thing. I do not know. I honestly do not know what we are going to be ranking next. Amy and Melissa, why don't you tell us?
Does anybody like Katie Keene?
We're going to be ranking Katie Keene. Are we going all the way back to the Golden Age for this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you think, what do you think? Sounds awesome, right?
Yeah, we're going Katie Keene. We're going to be going Golden Age Katie Keene. I think that's pretty damn awesome. Yeah. Yay! I am very happy with this idea. I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 7 videos, we might be doing a lot of cartoon and comics. I love this idea.
We're gonna do Barbie on Thursday, or on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh dear, you let it out of the bag.
Hey, the Lester sisters.
Now.
The Lester sisters. The Lester sisters have control of the next 7 videos. That's all I've got. Yeah, and then we're going to give it to Ethereal, and after that, we're going to do 1 more Lester, and then RDV has control.
Remember they could do manga covers too, right? So Sailor Moon.
Oh. That's in there. Yeah,
I support the initiative to force E to deal with more manga. So that is a good idea, actually.
I will caution you to make sure you're looking at the covers, because I see a lot of manga which basically look like the same cover all the way down with just a volume change. It'll be the same cover, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So yeah, make sure that if you do pick manga, that you're picking different covers. Yeah.
At the end of the 7 videos that they choose, gee, there's a lot of fire on those covers.
All righty, let me change this. Thank you very much for letting Dalton have his Dr. Fate before we did this, because.
Woohoo!
Well, you messaged me, and by the time I realized, he messaged me and asked me what it is. I'm like, oh, just do Dr. Fate. It's gonna take you a while to find out the covers. So
yeah, and then I've got to send a whole bunch because the ones that are going to be put into limbo when we need something is Vault of Horror 14 through 26, Adventure Comics, Grimjack, and Humans, and Suspense. Oh, by the way, it's 6 videos. I forgot.
Well, I mean, I am going to be here this next Sunday, so maybe you should do Inhumans this Sunday, so that way I can
Hey,
suffer.
Dalton.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where Kent Nelson got his engagement ring?
oh no,
He went to Jared's.
I knew it.
I hate you. After all of the utter agony of groan-inducing chicanery I've dealt with in this stream, I think I'm gonna need to watch Black Adam again just to detox and get some actual good Dr. Fate representation.
Yay!
Good Dr. Fate, you have to watch that really not good movie.
I will defend Black Adam. Black Adam was not a bad movie. It wasn't exactly a great movie either, but it had a lot of really awesome stuff in it.
Did it change the hierarchy of the DC universe for you?
Were you actually listening to? Were you actually paying attention to what's his name when he said it was going to do it? I don't think so.
Well, okay, I will give Black Adam this. It's better than anything Zack Snyder had anything to do with, and it's better than Joker 2. So that's pretty good as far as the DC output has been. Granted, that's not the highest of bars when you consider that DC has basically been treading water since 2013, and they're still going to be treading water here in a month or so. But never mind.
Hi, Candy Bar.
DC can't catch a break, and even when there is a good one like a Black Adam or either Shazam or James Gunn's Suicide Squad, they don't get financial support enough to actually be successful. So, poor DC.
MK.
Someday they'll get it right.
MK, I think he would show up for Hellblazer. He would show up for Doctor Strange. He would show up for Mage. Yeah.
He would show up for a friend who asks.
He would show up for a friend who asks, and he would show up for Amazing Man because he looks like Dr. Fate.
No, probably not.
What about
you go and die? But no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Then the Muppets have their own comic books too.
Magic users. I would show up for. Anything on the metaphysical side of Cosmic, I would show up for, and anything that's any combination of the previous two in the Golden Age. Those are my niches.
He loves Squirrel Girl, only drawn by Erica Henderson. Though.
No.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
He's like,
I have put up with being the butt of the joke for this entire episode. I am not letting the Squirrel Girl thing stand. God damn it.
And by the way, if you do want to buy a video or a season, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop every $5 you drop in there. Just pick a video, pick a topic. However, it is $20 to pick a Riley Rosmo title. Okay, just saying, because I'm going against everything I love and know in order to do Riley Rosmo. So yeah,
I guess you're ranking the bottom for that, right? Like, okay, which one is the worst?
Yeah. That is, you are just saying you want to hurt me, and so that one's got to be a $20 one. But if somebody puts in a $20 tip for a Riley Rosmo centric cover ranking, I will do that.
How much?
At least the appendix has the option to be removed from the negative scenario, Austin. So maybe.
What'd you say, Eric?
So how much is $20 worth?
$20?
No, you said Twilly.
Did I say Twilly?
I'm curious how much that was worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worth it. It's about the Twilly.
Yeah, it's a Twilly-ish. It's very Twilly-ish.
Pixel, did you say you wanted to do an Inhumans cover ranking?
I said if we were going to, the best time would probably be this Sunday because I will be here.
You absolutely, you will show up for an Inhumans cover ranking?
I'm here this Sunday. I will be here.
Yeah.
He just wants to rank them all twos.
No, well, I'll tell you what. Actually, this is the month for, or the the last bit of this season, 7 episodes. I remembered we had the Teen Titans. 7 episodes left, and those will go to Melissa and Amy. Melissa and Amy, if you have any other suggestions,
Sure,
start putting them down, Fraggle Rock, or anything like that. It's
But I mean, if you'd rather do Pixels Show Sunday,
nope,
then
it is up to you. We'll push that. Those get pushed
I
back.
haven't given him money.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. But
I love Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. He nailed that.
I was worried about him. I was really worried about him because I remember how comedic his Bond movies were, and I was terrified that they were going to turn Dr. Fate into a joke character, and I also was afraid that they were going to focus way too much on the stupid freaking possession thing. But no, they did Dr. Fate pretty solidly in Black Adam. He was the standout role for most people. And it made me have this moment where I was able to go, see, I've told you guys for years that Dr. Fate was an awesome character, and now you know.
oh, there you are.
Oh, that's great.
The only downside of how he was treated in Black Adam is they still did the stupid can't have to die so we can pass the helm on to somebody else thing. I really wish that instead of James Gunn's reboot, we would have gotten a continuation of The Rock's version of things, just so we could have gotten, and I will stand by this, Matt Smith as a younger Dr. Fate in his prime, Rebecca Ferguson as Enza, and Oded Freyer as the voice of Nabu. That would be a Dr. Fate movie worth seeing. And for directors, I would go Joe Johnston, who gave us The Rocketeer and the first Captain America movie, together with Travis Knight, who gave us Bumblebee, and who was the guy who did Wonka? I forget his name now, and it's bothering me. But those three working together to like emphasize the things that make Dr. Fate unique from Doctor Strange would be ideal for a Dr. Fate movie.
I would bring back
which yes I would make a period piece set in the 1930s and 40s.
I would bring back Canon Films and make a Dr. Fate movie.
Why must you ruin everything I love, Venkman? Do you exist just to cause me pain?
Well, you hear me out. You hear me out, though. We're doing Jared Stevens. The one you like?
No. in a just world that.
But no, I'll just say real quickly.
Okay.
Last thing, I'll just say, and I will personally go up to Jared Stevens and say, "Can you say boot to the head to your enemies?"
In a just world, people will forget that crappy 90s edgelord schlock ever existed. Unfortunately, we don't live in a just world, so I expect...
Amy and Melissa.
Yes.
What would you guys pick as other titles and such you would like to see?
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm heading out.
Have a good one, Eric.
We'll
see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
I was thinking maybe like top 10 that covers stuff based on like you mentioned. I was thinking like sorry, I get a little excited. Comic books based on fictional bands.
Oh yeah,
like Josie and the Pussycats, Gem. I don't know if the Archies would count or not.
I remember there was a Lois Lane cover where there was a guy who like showed up to do a song and Lois was kind of enchanted by it. It's like bands and comic covers or something like that.
Would the Hex Girls count from Scooby Doo?
Okay, that's after Katie Keene. Comic book rock bands is what I've
got. There you go. That sounds like that could be fun. Comic book rock bands. What do you think about like X-Men Adventures?
X-Men Adventures.
Like the comic based on the animated?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're X-Men stories, but you don't see them very much, but they had some good covers. And some of them are like kind of recreations of like, or tributes to kind of like the more classic stories, but we don't see them as much. So maybe something like that. But I haven't really given it a lot of thought yet. But that's a few.
I am following the way of Eric. Good night, everybody.
Alrighty, have a going.
Man, they get older real fast.
Well, he's got you got. He has to get up pretty early. I think
Okay.
he woke up for a lot. So.
And then there were 4.
Right.
And everybody should probably be getting some sleep here pretty soon.
Okay, so there we go. Katie Keene, Comic Book Rock Bands, and X-Men Adventures are the next 3. We need 3 more from you, and then we're going to put the other 2 on the other side of season 14.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. If you want to pick them out, I'll fill them out. It just give me more time to gather all the books.
Oh, sure. To get the stuff figured out. Well, maybe when I'm a bit more awake. But I think we're just
okay. We can wait until Sunday. If you guys want to give it a thought, and we'll come back on Sunday when we're doing Katie Keene.
Yeah, that sounds good. And we can maybe pick out, like, maybe even if there's some issues or something, like just like a particular artist or something like that. That might be kind of.
That's a way to go. Also, take a look at the videos we made, or the like we've already done George Perez, we've done Dave Dorman, and so forth. See who we haven't done yet. That would be cool.
You're kind of like
RDV is trying to tell you DuckTales, but RDV, you have your own.
I have my own. I'm just reminding them. There's a bunch more like cartoon stuff.
There's some. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's some gorgeous
DuckTales.
I'm personally looking at DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. I'm looking at like Batman and Robin Adventures, all the DC animated stuff.
Yours can go after the after.
Well, yeah, mine is after this. Yeah.
Yep. So there you go.
I'm just saying, because you can easily get overwhelmed because there's so much, and you're like, oh, just like go after stuff that you enjoy, like you're really like looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be.
And don't try. And here's my thing. I know you wanted to like pick covers I think everybody else will like. Pick what you like.
Pick what you like. Look, we got some awesome Star Wars covers because Dark Admiral wanted to share Dave Dorman. It's sometimes. Awesome. And somebody was mentioning something else, and it was way off base. But you know what? We haven't ranked them yet. So that to me is more important because whatever you pick, even if it's kind of oddball stuff, it's still going to be 12 covers we haven't seen. We've done Crisis on Infinite Earths. We know Superman and holding Supergirl is the best of that. Let's get some books that we haven't, or even if it's a title we've done, we'll just do the next.
Yeah, there is also the option for sequel episodes because we only do like 12 at a time. Yeah. Some books go on for 100 issues. So
if you liked a certain character, if you liked the Marv Wolfman and George Perez Teen Titans, we only did 1 through 12. So we can continue that if you wanted to. So just do what you want to do. That's the most important thing. And I will do my best to find fictional comic book rock bands. So, which means I can't throw up a Monkeys cover. So there you go.
No, okay. I mean, they were a marketing band.
No, they were a real band.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that at the beginning, just like many other bands in the 60s, they didn't play their own instruments. All righty, you kids have a great time. Tomorrow, we have an auction, and I've got some awesome books. I was showing them off today. I'll show off a couple of magazines here because that was easy to grab, including Starlog featuring Hawk from Buck Rogers. That's too badass. I also have a whole bunch of Archie. I have a whole bunch of Jonah Hex. I have a whole bunch of Tomb Raider. It's gonna be a good. Oh, and here's something else. I've got a whole bunch of Swamp Thing from the Alan Moore run. So join us tomorrow at 8:30. It might be a half auction because it looks
you're
like
gonna make me owe you more money, aren't you?
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, North Carolina is holding half of my books hostage. So there you go.
Oh man.
Yeah. All righty. So we will see you tomorrow night. And yes, MK, it is $5 a video. All righty. And go on over to Ko-Fi. You just drop a $5 in the tip jar. Or the best thing to do is to join the subscription. That way you get to be on the wheel whenever we have a spinner. So there you go. All right. That being said, thank you very much for hanging out, and thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night, guys.
Good night,
Cheers,
everyone.
guys.